Hey y'all, my name is Evan Lee, this year's state social media editor-in-chief. And recently I had the opportunity of speaking with Jaalen Robinson, our 75th Texas Youth Governor. So in a minute you'll see that, but right now I am actually in our media room. This is where everything is taking place on October 16th at Candidate Media Day. We can't wait to see you here. So for all advisors, please make sure you are getting your students locked in with us. And all of the students, make sure you follow us at YG District 5 on all social media platforms. We can't wait to see y'all at District. But before that, I can't wait to see you watch this interview. So right now we're about to get into it. Let's go. I'm here with
Jaalen Robinson, your 75th Youth Governor.
And we just want to sit here and ask him a couple questions. So, first question, what does being the governor mean to you?
I would say being the governor for the 75th year, it's kind of overwhelming and underwhelming at the same time. I always knew I had to work. I always knew I had to do these duties, but at practice now, especially coming back from a virtual year, it's kind of like, hey, what are we gonna do? And seeing that I need to fulfill these duties and fulfill the needs of all the kids in youth and government.
Okay, and so going back into your first year, what attracted you to youth and government? What did you remember about youth and government that really stood out to you? And you were like, okay, I really want to join this program and be a part of this program.
My first year, I would say the ride and the trip was kind of like my main focus, and getting away from my parents for 2 days and going to Austin with my friends was kind of the main point of going. But over time, I realized, hey, this program is giving me an opportunity to speak about topics that adults don't usually talk about with kids. So why not speak about something that means so much to you with other kids and see their viewpoints of it? That's what helped me stay on the program over these years.
And I like that. So in talking about speaking, but more importantly, finding your voice and making sure that voice, communicates things of power and things of reason to people who may not understand. Mm-hmm. What is so important about finding your voice? What is one thing you can tell someone who doesn't have their voice that youth and government can help you find your voice through?
Youth and government, I would say it's mainly finding your voice, but also finding a purpose. I would say not everyone has that voice to speak in front of the crowd. They would have that writing skill or that intellectual skill to be in media, or they have that time and that effort and that drive to read these court cases and sit with a team for 7 hours straight to practice their court case. And the appellate kids, and it's just a lot of things. But the main goal is to find who you are in youth and government, because there is a place for everyone in youth and government, not just finding your voice, but finding what you like and finding out, hey, I might not be good for this section, but the qualities that I have would be great for another section.
So as you can see, and also as you can hear, we are at Duncanville High School, where district is held in each November. So you being a 4-year youth and government vet this year, because you are a senior, what can you say to somebody trying to navigate DHS?
For a new person, I would say don't just walk around, because you're going to get lost, but try to run to a Duncanville kid or a Duncanville advisor. They'll be glad to help you. I know that with us having 5 state officers, they'll be glad to show you anywhere around the building, especially if you need to find where you need to go at a time. So don't be scared to ask. Just ask one of the Duncanville kids. We'll be glad to help you, because this school is huge. So we don't want you getting lost and being like, I'm late for my committee, or I'm late for my team's case. We don't want that. We want you to be here and on time, and you coming here to work and being present.
So in jumping into a advisor state of mind, as a delegate, what can an advisor do to help you in the best way?
I would say an advisor can build me up. Don't just say we'll get them next time. No, actually sit down with your delegate and see, hey, your scores told me this. Like, you need to work on your amendments, or you need to work on your witness being better in this case, or you need to work on your writing for print media or anything. It's just taking that time to evaluate what your student is doing and making that connection and saying, hey, I'm not going to get on you, like I'm not going to hardcore press you, but it's just like, I'm here for you, and if you're willing to work with me, I'm willing to work with you and get that situated. And just having that time and that effort to sit down with each kid in your delegation, not just one, and making that connection with all of them, not just one.
As you just mentioned a minute ago, when it comes to the reasons why you joined student government. You said it was for the trip.
Yeah.
So now, jumping onto a kind of fun side, what is a go-to snack you have to have on the bus on the way to the trip? I know we stop in Waco here in District 5. So what is something that you maybe get in Waco or a specific restaurant? What do you have? I just have to have this type of food when I'm going to state.
I think what I have to have is definitely Raising Cane's. That's an essential for me at state. And then the snacks on the trip there, I would say it's pretzels or sour gummy worms. It just gets me mentally prepared. And I think every year I've always bought those snacks so I know what's gonna come. I'm just sitting in the back of my chair, writing my questions and writing my notes for what's gonna happen at state. So just getting mentally prepared with that.
So we have some crazy days when it comes to youth and government, or when it comes to how long we are in these committees. So what is your advice for someone trying to stay energized?
Say a prayer, or I would say eat a bowl of cereal. Just get some breakfast to get you energized, because you're coming here to work. You're not coming here to just lay around and play with your friends. Yes, of course, your friends are going to be there. That's what sometimes makes or breaks district or state. But you gotta, at the end of the day, know that youth in government is a youth-led program that is youth in government. It's not just going to be you playing around. It's you talking about debates, or you running around the Capitol or Duncanville High School for stories, or you sitting down in a room for 5 hours straight talking about a court case. You're coming here to work. You're not coming here to just lollygag and all that.
And that's a really incredible but true way to put it, very transparent. So caring, respect, honesty, and responsibility. These are our 4 Y core values.
Yeah.
What do these mean to you, and how do they transfer across each section?
I would say what this means to me is basically my role. I have to be responsible, and I have to be respectful of others' wishes and their thoughts and their opinions of many different bills or proposals, or how they feel about the case, and just caring for this program. I've been in the program for 6 years, so I feel like I've cared a lot to stay in this program, especially during the COVID year, and seeing how that would transfer over to virtual. And just being honest with myself and saying, hey, this is the place where I belong. This is the place where I made myself and where I discovered who Jaalen Robinson is. So yeah, just taking under those 4 Y core values is something that is very significant to being the governor.
Wow, and I love that answer, and I think that's what makes you a great governor. So you just mentioned how last year was a COVID year. So what is one thing, and this is our last question, by the way, what is one thing that you can take from last year to move into this year?
I would say advisors, get your candidates in now. As soon as you see this video, as soon as you know that candidate registration is open, make sure there's anyone in your program or in your club that wants to run, because I know that was a problem last year at our district conference. We didn't have the registration for some high schools, so having that candidate registration and having it immediately would be preferable. And just try to get the message out to your kids saying, hey, youth in government is back in person and we're not virtual. I know that kind of shied some kids away from us last year, but tell them, hey, youth in government's back and we're in person. We're going to district at Duncanville. I know they'll join me right back.
All right, so that's it for us. My name is Evan Lee, here with Jaalen Robinson, your state social media editor-in-chief and your 75th Texas Youth Governor. We can't wait to see you at district.